Here's what I did for my project this week. It's called Hybrid Demo. It shows a list of items that are coming from my parse.com database. This is the main screen or main activity. And to add items to my database, I click the add button, and this is a web view that is pulling in an HTML5 form, and you can enter the information here, add it to the database. It does validation with my JavaScript to make sure that there's information in here. It also uses parse.com. If I do not have a network connection, it will actually save that data locally and then save it up to the parse.com database later on when I do have a network connection. Each item can be tapped to see the details about the item. So here's the details that were in, and I can make a phone call, I can email, or I can delete this. I also did alternative landscape layouts for all screens on this app, and I will give you a code overview next. That's folder. I have my HTML5 form, which is just called addproject.html. I just did some HTML5. It's responsive. I use jQuery mobile, jQuery, and I also did a little bit of my own JavaScript to deal with the validation of the form. If I notice that they didn't enter anything, I'm going to highlight that on the form. Down here, I'm calling to the native features to give a toast. I'm going to show up in a toast, but it'll tell the end user if their project was saved or not. If it wasn't saved and didn't validate, it'll tell them. I also, in that form, I send all of the data that they entered in the form over to parse.com. Here is my Java code. I have the add project. This deals with everything as far as putting all the data up into parse.com. And I have the details activity, which shows the details of each of the items in the list, which I'm building out. I also have on the action bar, I have an add, home, and refresh button. I would not use WebView because I'm just not comfortable with as far as security issues with WebView. I need to learn a lot more on how to make sure, absolutely sure that's secure before I would suggest that to any of my clients on a native app. And I do prefer native over doing hybrid apps because of all the various issues I've seen in regards to WebView, and also with like the speed of these mobile apps when they're built native versus hybrid. The native ones seem to perform much better. But again, I'm still learning, so I have a lot more of reading and research to do before I can give some really detailed information about that. Well, this 1 week went by so fast. Just barely had time just to get this project done. As far as clarifying anything, nothing. I mean, I read the instructions, this assignment, and I just followed the rubrics right in my project, my Android project, to make sure I didn't forget to include any features for this project requirement, and I put them in here like how I met their project requirement. So far, I don't have a positive view of hybrid applications in regards to, as I said, the security issues and performance issues. The hybrid apps are not performing as well as the native apps. This is a document I just found this week that I want to read through. I'll add a link to my video review, so if anyone else wants to check that out.